On AliExpress, there's the Darkflash Talon CPU cooler, which is a 4 heat pipe CPU cooler with RGB lights on it. When I physically got it, I expected it to be a bit larger than what it was. Granted, I didn't look too far into the specifications and the measurements of it. So the RGB itself isn't controllable. It just seems to go through its own various patterns and colours. But I was expecting some decent cooling performance from it, being 4 copper heat pipes. As you saw the price before, they're $25 USD or $37.50 Australian dollars. Now at that price, I was curious to see what this could bring. But anyway, let's quickly do an unboxing. So I've got a relatively simple manual. Surprisingly, the instructions are actually pretty good, especially for a Chinese product. This beats some of the cheaper brands that you get over in the Western countries. So we see it's got the latch mounting system. And it looks like it does contain thermal paste. Certainly doubt I'm going to actually touch this stuff. But it is handy that it's actually included. And here we go, we've got a mounting ring for the LGA style of sockets. As I said, I was expecting the cooler to be slightly larger than what it was, where in comparison to the AM4 stock cooler, it's really not that much bigger in size at all. I reckon I'd almost bet that the stock AMD cooler would have more weight than what this one does. So now I'll quickly install this cooler, give a quick demonstration of the lights, and overall my thoughts. The physical mounting of the cooler is the same as with any AM3 Plus or AM3 motherboard, so if you're familiar with those, this won't be too far different to what you're used to or what you've experienced in the past. Now the CPU is installed. I've currently got it running with the lights on. I will switch them off in just a second, but as you can see, it's going through various patterns. Here we go, we've got the lights off now. For the price of the cooler and the size of it, I was expecting the lights to look a little bit more corny, which the style of them, it reminds me of an old graphical equalizer. So yeah, I don't actually mind it too much. One of the biggest issues I did have it though, when comparing it with the stock AMD cooler that came with a 2200G, it did not run any quieter. It did not run thermally any better. So overall, this was no different to running a stock AMD cooler. So if you're looking for one of these on a budget, I definitely wouldn't purchase one of these. I'd just skip it altogether and just continue using the stock cooler. And also that last little bit of footage was showing it behind a tinted tempered glass. So it's not super bright, but it's also not bright enough to be an irritation. So overall, cool in concept, not that great in execution. Bye.